Okay, so we're going to start talking about sine law. And in your previous course, and I'm talking about grade 11 essentials, grade 11 course, you talked about mostly the trigonometry of right triangle, right? You talked about Pythagorean theorem. You talked about the sine, cosine, tangent, the SOHCAHTOA. Now, we're going to talk about, in this particular course, in Essentials 12, we're going to now move on to a different approach because this one can solve any triangle, including non-right triangle. So, just to kind of refresh our memory in here, in the previous lesson, we said that we can label the triangle in this way. We have angles here, angle A, and angle A opens up to the side A, and then angle B opens up right across angle B is side B, and angle C right across angle C is side C. Okay. Now there is a relationship between those sides and angles, okay, and which is the law of sines. Law of sines. What does it say? Side A, and if we divide by sine of A, you're gonna get a number, is equal to side B, and if we divide that by sine of angle B, is also equal to side C divided by sine of angle C. Now, before we move on, continue on with this, let's take out our calculator. So let's take out your calculator. Okay, so have your calculator out. Have your calculator out. And this is where you actually need to get to know your calculator. And if you don't have a calculator, I can lend you one for today. So here's what we're going to do, okay? First, check if it says degree on your calculator. Degree, it says DEG, or sometimes it just has this little D on the screen. D. It has to be in degree mode. You don't have it?
I don't know which.
Okay, so in this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lend you this calculator. Probably easier too, because I find that calculators there sometimes use a backwards thing. Okay? Everybody has a calculator?
So we are gonna be right. So how do we switch it up?
Does it say degree?
Rad.
Rad? Okay, no, you don't want rad. Go to.
Okay, got it.
You got
Mode.
it? Yeah, DRG. Or you could reset. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Okay, so, yeah, is everyone's calculator degree? D? Okay. So, we're gonna do, so that's the first thing, is to check it to see if it's degree mode. Now, let's do sine, so press sine. Sine of 30 degrees. Sine 30. So sine 30, I don't know if you already pressed equal sign or not. Sine 30 is just a number, okay? If you press equal sign now, I'm going to do that. It's going to give you 0.5. So sine 30 is 0.5. Did everybody get 0.5? Yeah? Okay. So page 11. Okay. you want to try yours? If your calculator says sine of 30 is 11, sine 30 is 0.5. Okay, so sine of 30 is 0.5. So when you think of, you see sine 30, don't sweat it. It's just a number. It's gonna give you a number after that. Okay, let's try another one. Sine of 50 degrees. So go sine 50. Okay, you press equals. It's going to give you a number, right? 0.76000. Okay, is that good? And did everybody get this number? Okay. Now we're going to try one more time. Can you press sine of 130? You have 0.766 as well. Okay. Yeah, everybody got that one? Okay. So when we look at sine of something, it's just a number. Okay. So sine, you're gonna see it here, sine of A, that's the angle. We know it's just a number. Okay. So what we're gonna do is to be able to use the law of sines, we have to look for complete pairs. And what I meant by complete pairs for angle and side. So that means I have the side and then I have the angle. Okay, so look for complete pairs. That means I have a number on the top and I have a number on the bottom. That's what it means by complete pairs. So I'm going to take a look at this part. I know these ones don't have letters, okay? In this example 1, I know it doesn't have a letter. So what we're going to do is we could just write down letters in here. So we know which one's angle A, which one is side A, which one's angle B, which one is side B, and so on.
So that would be like sine 62, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm, yeah, that's right. So we're going to call this angle A. Angle A is 43 degrees. And 62 degrees, we're going to call it angle B. And remember, angle are uppercase. Angles are uppercase letters. And then this one, we're going to call it angle C, uppercase C. Okay, so we got the angle A, angle B, angle C. From there, we can identify the pairs, which is what goes with angle A. Angle A opens up to side A. Okay, right across side A. So that's 26 is our little a. Okay. And then angle B is 62 degrees. It opens up to side X. This is side little b. Okay. So, and then C, angle C up here opens up to side little c. I'm going to make it little.
Now it's 5 degrees.
Okay. So what we're going to do, once we've identified the sides, right, we can use our formula for this. Okay. So A, I'm going to write down the formula first. A divided by the sine of angle A equals B divided by the sine of angle B equals C divided by the sine of angle C. You're on page 11, is that? Page 11. Do you have a booklet? Okay. Looks like this. 11. Okay, so we know what formula we're gonna use. Let's just put the values in here. Okay, what I have A here. What should I replace A by? I see A is 26. I'm gonna put 26 here. Divided by, because that's what that line is, divided by sine of angle A. So that's sine of 43 degrees. Is everybody okay with that piece?
So how did you get 26 again?
Oh, if this is my A,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. This is what I sometimes do with my class. My other class. Should do it this way too. This is my pairings. Yeah, I see my pairs. 26, I start with the side, and then sine of the angle 43. Okay? Okay. And then what's my other pair? 62.
No, leave 28.
So that's going to be x, because b is our x value, the one that we're supposed to be solving, divided by sine of 62. Okay. What we're trying to do, okay, for this one, we could write down C and angle C, but there's nothing in there. And we're not even worried about that one. We're not solving it. It's not given. So we're going to kind of leave it alone. So in your equation, you're going to have a left side of the equation. This is my left side of the equation equal to the right side of the equation. So you have two parts. You got a left side and then a right side. So what are we going to do? Do you remember us cross multiplying before? Do you remember us cross multiplying before? We're going to cross multiply some numbers in here. Just use this. Cross multiply. We can cross multiply. So when we do that, we're going to have 26 times, to do the multiplication, I'm using the brackets. So 26 times sine of 62 equals x times sine of 43. Okay. So far, so good. So we're trying to find the value for x. Find the value for x. Now at this particular point, x is not alone, is not isolated yet. Okay? X is being multiplied by sine of 43. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the cancellation. How can we cancel multiplying of sine of 43? Divide by, yeah. So divide by sine 43. And if I do that on this side, I have to do it on the other side. Okay, so this cancels. Now we're left with x. We're left with x. So x is equal to 26 times the sine of 62 divided by the sine of 43. Okay. So x is isolated, x is alone, and it's equal to all of these things. So let's take a look and see what that is. What is that value? I'm just gonna do it at the bottom here. Okay, so let's give it a try. Type in 26. Type in 26 times, or you can do brackets. I think some calculators understand brackets as multiplication. I'll do mine. It's times sine of 62, close brackets. And then this line here, that means divides sine of 43. And then once you have that, press equals. Did you get 33.66? Yeah, did you get 33.66? So the x value is 33.66. 33.66. And because we're talking about, we're looking for the side x, that's the side we're talking about. And the side is measured in feet. So 33.66 feet. Yeah, tell me what the other way is.
I just put 26 times sine 62 divided by sine 43 instead of having to write everything out
Oh, yeah.
and do all that extra work.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So you just basically pretty much the same thing, but you're like cutting out this part, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Sure. Absolutely. Good. I thought you found like a totally different way. Okay. It's like, oh, okay, sure, let's hear it.
World breakthrough.
Yeah. Huh?
World breakthrough.
Well, I think there's another way.
Is there
Good?
three other ways? Two more other ways to do that.
Yeah. Good? Yeah? Let's try it. Let's try another one. Okay. You know, I just thought about something. Let's back up a bit. Just thought about something in here. So we said A is 26 divided by the sine of 43. And it's equals, we just figured out x, right? We said x is 33.66. Sine of 62. Okay. So this is one way to check if your answer makes sense. Okay. So I wrote down 26 divided by 40, sine of 43. So that's the same thing. Equals x. I already replaced it by 33.66 divided by sine of 62. So there's one quick way to check your answer if your answer is reasonable. You take a look at this. If you have an angle, So you have an angle. Oh, scissors! Yay! Found it. There. Here's my angle. I was actually looking for like a compass. This one would work. Okay. Can you see the angle here? It's small. What happens to the opening here?
It increases.
It's small too, right? So if you have a small angle, you have a small opening here. If I increase the angle, I increase the angle in here, what happens to this length here? Big as well, right? So a big angle will open up to a big side. A small angle will open up to a small side. Does that work in here? So this is a bigger angle. It opens up to a bigger side. Smaller angle, 43. Smaller side. Okay, good. So that's one quick way to see if your answer is reasonable. Because it doesn't make sense to have a small angle and then you get a big side. That just doesn't make sense. Okay, here's the other way to check if your answer is okay. Here, type in 26 divided by sine of 43. Let's type in 26 divided by sine of 43. I'll do the same thing. So 26 divided by sine of 43. Well, 26 is a number, sine of 43 is just a number, so I can take number divided by number, and I got 38.12, right? About 38. Now let's take a look at this one. What's 33.66 divided by sine of 62? You're gonna get they're equal to each other. They're equal to each other. So that means your answer is correct. You didn't get mind-blowing, yes. Isn't it amazing? I love it when students say that. Like, wow, how did that happen? Okay. So that's a quick check for us. Okay, take a look at the next example. I'm doing it slowly. That's okay. Yes, oh yeah. Is it from the previous one?
No, because how do you know what you're going to say?
Oh, that's a good question.
Does it know others?
Yeah, okay. That's a good question. Actually, from now on, we're not going to label anything anymore. Yeah, that's a good one. We're gonna. So remember, the only thing that we have is pairings, right? Okay. So I'll show you. Okay. I'll show you like what do I mean by that. That's a good question because I get that pretty much every year. Okay, I get that pretty much every year, so might as well talk about it.
I just asked you that. I just asked you that.
Yeah, see, I told you, like sometimes more than once a year.
Slightly different question.
Okay.
Yeah, I see.
Would I get a different question if I label it differently? Let's see, okay? So I'm just gonna do it in one way. So I'm gonna call this my, don't write anything, okay? Don't write anything, don't copy anything down, because I'm really not solving yet. So I'm gonna call this my angle A, and call this my angle B, and I'm gonna call it my angle C. Yes? So if this is my angle A, then that means this is my side A, because they're right there. If this is my angle B, then right across from it, opposite from it, is side B. So that's this one. Now this is my angle C. This is my side C. Okay. So if I were to write this down, I would write down A over sine of A, B over sine of B, C over sine of C. So A, that's my X over sine of 77, right? B is 46 divided by the sine of 73. And then C would be sine C. We don't care about that one. Okay. That's how it would work if I label it that way. Now, what if I don't label it that way? What if another student labeled it differently? What if somebody did this? If somebody labeled A and B this way, so this is now B, and then this is A. So that means it's still gonna be 46 divided by sine of 73. That's still a pair, right? And then the B divided by the sine of 77. So still the same thing. Yeah. So from here on, like that's a way to match them up. But from now on, we can just look at it and say, hey, which ones are complete pairs? Let's close this door. It's always. You're having too much fun outside. We're having too much fun. Can't see. Can't. Yeah, sorry.
So you can just label whatever you want.
Yeah, you can label it any way you want, as long as you're consistent. Like A and A matches, right? Yeah. So, do you prefer to label it? We could label it. Can label it A, B, and C. Okay. So A, B, C. So we know that this is a match, a pairing rather. These two are pairs. So you can go X divided by sine 77, 46 divided by the sine of 73. And then we're not going to care about the C because nothing is given there. We could only solve one missing information at a time. We can only solve one missing information at a time. So what are we going to do? We're going to cross multiply. I think that's what you were doing, right, Elena? Okay. We're just going to cross this to multiply with that. We'll try that one. It's probably so much easier. So X is equal to 46 times sine 77 divided by sine 73. Okay. Let's give that a try. Is everybody okay with this? This piece, you're cross multiplying it. Cross multiplying. I'm just going to write down cross multiply. Let's give that a try. 46 times sine 77 divided by sine 73. And I got 46.87. Did everybody get 46.87?
No.
Oh no?
I got 45.14.
Oh, okay. What did I do?
Oh, I did mine wrong.
You put-
That's my mistake, I think.
Oh, okay. Did you switch these around by any chance? Okay. Okay, so x is equals to 46.87, and because we're talking about the side, that's the length of the side, that's going to be in meters. Okay.
No, I think
No? I'm going to give it a try. And make sure that I'm giving accurate information.
like angle A is sine 77, right? And x is unknown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so these two are match, or pairs.
46 and 73.
And then 46 and sine of 73 are pairs. So I'm going to cross multiply there. So 46 is multiplied by sine 77.
Yeah. Yeah, my mistake.
It's okay. Good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone tried it? Okay. Now, this one is gonna this one is a little bit weird, all right? Because I see a pair here. That's good. That's a pair there. But then the one with the X is missing. And then this one here, you got an angle with a missing side there. Rule 180. Yeah, rule 180. So what we're gonna do first is figure this thing out, this angle out. So first, figure this angle out. Okay, so we know that the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. Okay, so that means 180 minus 80 minus 29 will be our missing angle, whatever's the leftover of that. 180, because the sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. That's from our lesson 1. So if we subtract the 2, then we're just left with this remaining piece. So 180 minus 80 minus 29, we're at 71 degrees. So this angle here is 71 degrees. 71 degrees. Okay, so now we can set it up, right? These are pairs. This is our complete pair. So we can go 52 divided by the sine of the angle, 29 degrees, because these two are the pairs, equals x divided by sine of 71 cross multiply. So x is equals to 52 times sine of 71 divided by the sine of 29. I got 101.41, what are we talking about? Centimeters? Centimeters. How do you like that one? Is it okay? We're in the very last example. Last example here. Okay, do I see complete pairings? I see this one is half complete. I know it's half complete because I got an angle but no side, right? One pair is missing, or one information is missing. I got this angle but no side there. Oh, that's no good. Okay, I got an angle but no side. And then this part, I got a side but no angle. So again, because we have two angles here, we can figure this piece out. We can figure out that piece out. So this angle here is 180 minus 120 minus 31. Such a small angle, 29 degrees. So this angle inside is now a pair. So 9 divided by the sine of 29 equals to x divided by the sine of 120. And again, we are going to cross multiply this. I'm going to cross multiply. So x is equal to, this number crosses the equal sign to multiply with the 9. So 9 times sine of 120 divided by the sine of 29. Let's finish that off. So go ahead and calculate it. I'll do the same. I got 16.08. 16.08 inches. Okay, I'm gonna pause there because we really didn't have any more time left, so we're gonna finish here. Tomorrow we'll continue on with this lesson. Okay. And then we should have some extra time because we only got 3 examples tomorrow and then we're done. Okay. I'm gonna leave that with